right? Because psychology is a very modern field. It's very modern, right? You could say like Freud, really, right? Is the father of modern psychology, right? Would you say that? Right? Everyone agree? So that's that's the turn of the century, of the last century. That's really new. So a lot of this field is just really coming to understanding what is our ego, and that's what Freud really coined as the ego, right? And Freud was a Jew, and in fact he came to the Rebbe Rashab, the fifth Lubavitcher Rebbe, to consult with him about spirituality, about Kabbalah, basically. He wanted to consult with him, and he asked him, "What is Hasidut? Like, what is this spiritual ideology that you are studying?" Right? Are you guys familiar with this story? Right? Isn't that amazing? Like that, the father of psychology came to the Rebbe Rashab to ask him to first of all to speak. They conversed for a long time. Um, ask him what is Chassidut. So the Rebbe Rashab explained to him it's when the mind and the heart can communicate one to the other with the other. That's what he said. And the Freud said, yeah, but that's basically impossible. Remember, this is before psychology refined itself, and it continues to refine itself. Whereas we have Viktor Frankl and power of choice, which is basically concepts in Tanya, and we have, positive psychology, Tal Ben Shahar, Martin Seligman, um, uh, like all of these psychologists, which are fascinating, that they are
Can't believe you remember their name.
Mikhail. Since yeah, I've had correspondence actually with
Tal,
yeah,
with Tal Shahar. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah, yeah,
listened to many of his classes. They're really wild. Like
amazing.
ages ago.
So he had a class on positive psychology and Hasidut,
Right.
and he sees
Is
a
he
complete correlation between the two.
he's
And
Jewish?
he's Israeli.
He's from though?
He's traditional,
Mhm. He
but
teaches in Harvard, right?
yeah, the most
Right.
popular class in
Mm.
the history of Harvard is positive psychology
Wow, wow.
by Tal Ben. Yeah, exactly, right. So these Harvard intellectuals, whatever you want to call them, I don't know, what you call them now in this generation, um,
Wannabes.
wannabes or tech.
Wannabes. Harvard wannabes.
Yeah, but the truth is, what do they want to be? They want to be. Everyone wants to be themselves, like connect to themselves, to their neshamas. So that's what Freud said to the Rebbe Rashab. He's like, it's impossible to connect the mind and the heart. So the Rebbe Rashab said yes, but it's possible to have a line, to drop a line between the two. Because from the sense of ego back then in the mind of Freud, it's like you've got an ego. And whatever you're doing, like, okay, so you're angry. That's your ego. Kind of like just like accept it. You've also have your id and your super ego, and you have that, and fine. But like, just accept yourself. Like Carl Jung went a lot deeper because now he started going into dreams, and he in fact studied Kabbalah. I don't know if you know this, but he studied, and he's got many treatises on Rabbi Dov Ber, the Mizritcher Magid. And if you look up Carl Jung and the Magid and the Mizritcher Magid, he wrote essays on the Magid, who was the student of the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of Hasidut. So psychology. So when you ask that, Marcy, what psychology says now like that is such an important and very, very loaded question that really psychology does not believe nowadays. It's totally known for you to come and to vent to someone for an hour and to pay them for that and then to walk out. You've wasted your time, you wasted your money. Because that's what therapy used to be like. Whereas now it's not about that. Now it's how how are you changing? Like how are you choosing? How are you choosing your higher, your divine soul? And this is really the question of us using our divine soul, because the animal soul is for ourselves, for the ego, for the me. So if the facilitator, the therapist, is not connected to their divine self, their divine soul, in truth, they are doing more of a disservice. And that's why they like to distribute pills so quickly. SSRIs. Just like, boop, oh, you can concentrate? You're feeling a little nervous today? Here you go. Here's some pills for you. And they're giving that to teenagers instead of actually them connecting to their godly soul, their ability to give, to connect, not just to explore me and me and me and the I and the I and the I, and then validating the I. Oh, it's okay, you're just choosing your I. That's old psychology. That's like ego at the time of Freud, but we have evolved, and if we stay back at that, that becomes self-serving. So then psychology is self-serving. That form of psychology is self-serving, just as spirituality is self-serving if it is just for the I. But if it's for the we, but if it's for a higher purpose, for service, who am I serving? Why am I here? Why am I building this business? Why am I in this relationship? Why am I exercising? Why am I doing this? What is my why? So if our whys are, I just want to make more money. I just want to have more fun. I just want to, like, that's shallow. And it's not going to get anywhere. It's never going to make you happy. You're always going to be unhappy because it's never about a higher service. It's ultimately about you. And that's why we look around, so many people are unhappy because it's all about themselves. And we're the iPhone generation. It's about the I and about how many instant likes and thumbs up and this and that, and it's very, very difficult for this generation to like actually move through like that there's something beyond the I, that what are we actually doing besides what did I eat for breakfast? What do I look like? How tan am I? Where did I go on vacation? What kind of, all these external things that are not really higher. And this is really what we're doing, the work that we are in.